Hot news: on-duty officers were not in assigned district when off-duty officer was sh0t, p0lice. Seen on Dover Place early Thursday morning after a St. Louis officer, St. Louis KMO. The shooting happened just before 1 a.m. on Dover Place near Colorado Ave, which is about 4 blocks north of Carondelet Park. Police told News 4 the female officer, later identified as 24-year-old Caitlin Alex, was at the home of another officer when the accidental shooting occurred. According to police, Alex was with 2 male officers when one of the men mishandled a gun and shot her in the chest. After being shot, Police said the 2 other officers were on duty at the time of the shooting, and Public Safety Director Jimmy Edwards told News 4 they were not in their assigned District A. The officers were assigned to District 2, but the home is in District 1, about 3 miles from where they were assigned A. The police manual states officers must constantly. Edwards vowed to investigate the incident thoroughly, saying, "We." Seen on Dover Place early Thursday morning after a St. Louis officer, Alex went into the police academy in 2016 and had been with the department for 2 years as a patrolman in the 2nd District A. The male officer who mishandled the gun has been with the department for a year. The other male a spokeswoman for the St. Louis Circuit at St. Louis KMO, police said they recovered a gun at the scene. After the officer died, the St. Louis Police in addition, St. Louis Mayor around 6:30 a.m., the police union released the following statement on the fatal shooting. The St. Louis Metropolitan, we know that the press and the public want to understand what happened. So do we. We ask that the media and the public respect the privacy of this young officer's family, friends, and co-workers as they mourn. The motto of the National Law Enforcement Memorial is, "It is not how these officers died that made them heroes, it is how they lived." That's what we should focus on right now, how this officer lived. She served her News 4 spoke with Officer Caitlin Alex's mother, who says her daughter wanted to follow the path of her older brother Katie. Officer Alex's mother Amy also told News 4 that Caitlin enjoyed the camaraderie of being a police officer. Copyright 2019 KMOV Meredith Corporation. All rights reserved. Your comment has been submitted. There was a problem reporting this.
Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.